Hey guys, welcome back to the Struggleville YouTube channel and Struggleville.net. Today we're going to talk about board games. We're going to do some research on them and tell you which ones are the best ones to buy. Because you can't do this on your own. You need me, a smart YouTube guy, to show you how to do it. So, we're going to eBay's website, that's ebay.com. We're going to look at the sold listings, and our keyword is board game. Okay, so to whittle this down a little bit, I put a maximum price of $500 and a minimum price of $100. But just so you know, board games will sell up to $1,500. But before I get into this video, I want you guys to smash that like button. Smash it. Just smash it real good. Give it a little smashy. Okay, now that you've hit that like button, or now that you smashed that like button, let's get into this video. So, here are some sold board games. Oh, look at this one. Classic Stratomatic baseball board game. It's sold for $499 plus shipping. That's probably going to be one you guys want to pick up. Yeah, when you see that in a store, pick that one up. That's a good buy. Yep. Depending if you get it for $1 or $2, you know, your thrift stores may be different. Let's see. Let's see what else. Oh, wait. War of the Ring 2nd edition. Now, see, that's important because the 1st edition, that's not shit. No one wants that. It's the 2nd edition. That's the important part. That one sold for $500 too. So, another one to keep an eye on, guys. Axis and Allies 50th Anniversary Edition. Oh, wait a second. That's free shipping, so that's not a very good deal. Because it's only $500, but it was free shipping. I mean, it's going to cost $10 or $15 to ship that. We better check to see if that was new or used. Because that makes a big difference, you know, with a $500 game. Let's see. Oh, it's brand new. Yeah, so if you find a used one, just piss on that. You don't want that at all, because it's probably only worth maybe $100 or $200. You know, it wouldn't be worth the $500. Okay, guys, that's enough of this bullshit. Let's get to some actual practical tips that you might actually be able to use when looking for board games. Because this bullshit anyone can do. This is absolute garbage. So, the first thing that's coming to my mind when talking about board games, I'm looking at games that sold for between $100 and $500, and 1,578 damn things came up. Do I expect anyone to memorize every game, or even a majority of the games, or half of the games in this 1,578 listings? Hell no. Is that a good use of your time to memorize a bunch of games that sold on eBay? Hell no. That's too much effort, too much time. Go to a thrift store. eBay is pushing that every seller use UPC codes now. Get out your eBay app, scan the damn board games, and you will see right away if it's worth selling or not. And as you scan more and more of them, you're going to see the same games over and over. And you're going to realize, hey, I don't want to sell this. You might scan a Scrabble game and see, hey, this is worth something. Or I can sell just the letter tiles, or I can sell just the stands, but you know what? It's really not worth my time, so I'm going to pass. And you're going to see Monopoly. Most editions aren't worth shit. You're going to see the regular edition and be like, meh, I don't want that. There's 1 million copies for sale. And then you're going to come across games like, oh, I have never in my life seen that before. I should probably scan it. And as you scan it, you're going to look at the sold listings, and 99% of board games, just like books, aren't worth a damn thing in a resale sense. So you're going to see that one sold for $10, one sold for $4, one sold for $15, and even if you can get it for free, that's not worth your damn time. And then you're going to see others where it sold for $50. And as soon as I see one that sold for $50, I don't need to look at the rest because the damn thing's only going to cost $1 or $2 anyway. So that's a risk I can take. I'll go ahead and spend that $1 or $2. I can afford it. And just buy that game. I don't need to look at 50 other listings to see if other ones went cheaper. Just the possibility that one sells for $50 is enough for me to go ahead and make that splurge. So, another thing with board games. We want to make sure that the board games are complete. Or at least not missing essential parts. If it's a board game and it's missing the board, I probably don't want it. If it has really fancy, neat pawns, I probably don't want it if they're missing. If it's just some generic pawn with no definition and could easily be replaced by a pawn from another game and no one would really notice, it's probably not a big deal. If it has 6-sided dice and they're missing, probably not a big deal. Very easy. In fact, if you find a game that's worth a ton of money, but it's missing one piece, buy that piece on eBay. You could probably get it for like 99 cents. And it might turn that game into worth something more. Something to consider. That's actual practical information you might use in the future. While we're talking about games and whether they're missing pieces or not, most board games are going to say what the contents are in their instructions. All you have to do is read the instructions if they're still in the game, and you can find what games or what pieces are supposed to be in the game. Otherwise, you can also check the box itself. The box many times says what is included in the game. If you don't have the instructions, if the box doesn't say, do a Google search. Most games have instructions available. For instance, anything that's made by Hasbro is on their website. Now let's talk about price point. If you can't get at least $30 or $40 for the game, probably not worth your damn time. You have to consider your time with going through the pieces, making sure the pieces are there. It's helpful if you have kids or some little object that can count those things for you. You have to consider the shipping costs because, best case scenario, the game probably weighs 2 pounds. Or will ship at the 2-pound rate. It'll probably be more. In most cases, it'll be more. So you're saying probably, best case scenario, it'll cost you $10 to ship. Whether you charge that to the buyer or do free shipping, really doesn't matter. You just have to remember that it's going to be added into your fees. So it's just more that you are paying. And the more it costs to ship to a buyer, the less the buyer is willing to pay for the item. Most board games are not going to fit in a flat rate box. They're not going to fit in a regional box. You are going to be stuck with the weight that it actually weighs. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you have successfully molested that like button for me. Make sure to leave a comment below, and I will see you next time.